The Concubines of Solomon, a tale of power, politics, and purity in ancient Israel. Introduction. Few monarchs have risen to the heights of splendor and wisdom like Solomon, the son of King David. His reign over the United Kingdom of Israel was marked by opulence, grandeur, and an insatiable quest for knowledge. Yet, beneath the glittering facade lay a complex tapestry of power, politics, and purity, much of it woven by the women who graced his court. Solomon's ascension to the throne. The story of Solomon's concubines begins with his ascension to the throne of Israel. His father, King David, had passed away, leaving behind a legacy of a united kingdom. Solomon, endowed with divine wisdom and guided by the hand of providence, assumed the mantle of leadership. As he stepped into the role of king, Solomon faced a realm ripe with potential. The tribes of Israel, once divided, now looked to him for guidance and unity. His ascent was marked not only by a thirst for knowledge but also by a profound sense of purpose. It was this purpose that would set the stage for the court of Solomon, a court that would soon become renowned throughout the ancient world. The allure of Solomon's court. Solomon's court was like no other. It was a place where scholars, poets, and dignitaries from distant lands gathered in admiration of the king's wisdom. The allure of his court extended beyond the realms of politics. It was a place of opulence and cultural exchange. People came from the far reaches of the known world to witness the splendors of Solomon's reign. Among those drawn to the court were women who saw in Solomon not only a wise and powerful ruler but also a pathway to a life of privilege and comfort. They were lured by the promise of a position in the inner circle of the king, a circle where their voices would be heard, and their lives would be forever changed. Concubines in the ancient world. To understand the role of concubines in Solomon's court, we must first explore the broader context of concubinage in the ancient world. Concubinage was a practice known in various cultures and civilizations, including the Near East. It referred to a relationship between a man and a woman that, while recognized, did not carry the same status as a formal marriage. In such unions, the woman often lived in the man's household and bore his children, yet she did not have the same legal rights or protections as a wife. The rights and limitations of concubinage varied from one culture to another, and they were often influenced by social, religious, and economic factors. The significance of Solomon's 700 wives and 300 concubines. One of the most striking aspects of Solomon's reign was the sheer number of his wives and concubines. According to the biblical account in 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 3, Solomon had 700 wives and 300 concubines. This staggering number raises several questions. Why did Solomon accumulate such a vast harem? What were the implications of these relationships for the kingdom of Israel? Solomon's relationships with such a large number of women were undoubtedly influenced by a combination of factors. Political alliances were a key consideration. Marriages to daughters of foreign rulers solidified diplomatic ties and ensured peace and security for the kingdom. These unions were also a reflection of Solomon's immense wealth and power, as kings in the ancient world often displayed their status through the number of their wives and concubines. Theological and moral questions. The biblical account of Solomon's relationships with foreign women, including concubines, raises significant theological and moral questions. The primary concern was the potential for these unions to lead to the introduction of foreign gods and idolatry into Israel. Solomon's marriages to women from other nations brought with them their own religious practices and beliefs. As they settled in Israel, there was a risk that they would introduce the worship of foreign deities, which was contrary to the commandments of the God of Israel. The biblical narrative highlights this concern, particularly in 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 4-5, which states, "As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his God." This theological dilemma raises questions about the role of faith and fidelity in the life of a ruler. It also underscores the tensions that can arise when political considerations clash with religious principles. The legacy of Solomon and his concubines. The consequences of Solomon's relationships with his wives and concubines reverberated through the kingdom and beyond. These unions had profound implications for the course of Israel's history. One of the most significant outcomes was the eventual division of the kingdom. Solomon's actions, particularly his tolerance of the worship of foreign gods, contributed to a growing rift within Israel. After his death, the kingdom split into two, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. The theological and moral questions raised by Solomon's choices continued to shape the religious and political landscape for generations to come. The division of the kingdom, marked by a rupture in the lineage of Davidic kings, held lasting consequences. The northern kingdom of Israel followed a path of political instability and spiritual waywardness, leading to its eventual conquest by the Assyrians. In contrast, the southern kingdom of Judah, though smaller, clung to the Davidic lineage and the city of Jerusalem. It weathered the storms of regional conflicts and the rise and fall of empires for several centuries. Lessons for the modern world. While the era of Solomon and his concubines belongs to ancient history, there are valuable lessons and insights to be gained for contemporary society. The story of Solomon's court and his relationships with women offers a rich tapestry through which we can explore the intersections of power, politics, morality, and faith. In today's world, where questions of ethics, leadership, and personal choices remain relevant, the story of Solomon serves as a reminder that even the most powerful and wise individuals can falter when faced with the complexities of life and the allure of worldly pleasures. Theological and moral dilemmas persist, and the choices we make as individuals and as a society continue to shape our destinies. As we reflect on the tale of Solomon's concubines, with all its intricacies and implications, we are challenged to examine our own lives and the decisions we make. We are reminded that wisdom, while a valuable asset, must be coupled with moral discernment and a steadfast commitment to our deepest principles and beliefs. The complexity of power. One of the central themes of the story of Solomon's concubines is the complexity of power. As a king, Solomon wielded immense political and economic influence. His decisions carried weight not only in his own court but also in the broader geopolitical landscape of the ancient Near East. Yet, the accumulation of power is not without its challenges and moral dilemmas. The more powerful Solomon became, the greater the temptation to compromise his principles for the sake of maintaining and expanding his kingdom. The allure of wealth, prestige, and the adulation of foreign dignitaries could easily lead one astray. In the modern world, we continue to grapple with the challenges of power. Political leaders, business magnates, and individuals in positions of authority face decisions that have far-reaching consequences. The story of Solomon reminds us that the pursuit of power must be tempered by a strong ethical foundation and a commitment to justice and righteousness. The intersection of politics and morality. Solomon's reign was marked by the intersection of politics and morality. His relationships with foreign women, including concubines, were not purely personal matters but had significant political implications. Marrying the daughters of foreign rulers strengthened diplomatic ties and secured alliances. However, these political unions raised moral questions about the influence of foreign customs and religions. Solomon's tolerance of the worship of foreign gods within the kingdom challenged the moral fabric of Israel. It highlighted the tension between political expediency and moral fidelity. In the modern world, political decisions often come under scrutiny for their moral implications. Leaders must navigate the complex terrain where political interests intersect with ethical considerations. The story of Solomon's court serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the need for leaders to uphold moral principles even in the face of political pressures. The enduring questions of faith and morality. The story of Solomon's concubines is a narrative of faith and morality. It raises enduring questions about the role of faith in the lives of individuals and nations. Solomon, despite his divine wisdom, allowed his heart to be turned away from the God of Israel due to his relationships with foreign women. This spiritual drift serves as a powerful reminder that faith is not static but requires constant vigilance and devotion. It underscores the importance of moral and spiritual accountability, even for those in positions of great power. In the modern world, where questions of faith and morality continue to shape individual and collective identities, the story of Solomon invites us to reflect on the importance of aligning our intellectual pursuits with our moral and spiritual values. A tapestry of humanity. The story of Solomon's concubines, with all its complexities and implications, is more than a historical account. It is a tapestry woven from the threads of ambition, temptation, and the inexorable march of time. It is a narrative that challenges us to consider the choices we make in our own lives and the implications they hold for our individual and collective destinies. As we navigate the intricacies of power, politics, morality, and faith in our modern world, The story of Solomon's concubines serves as a reminder that the pursuit of wisdom must always be tempered by a commitment to what is right and just. It is a narrative that invites us to seek not only knowledge but also the moral compass to navigate the complexities of our own existence. In the end, the legacy of Solomon and his concubines is a testament to the enduring nature of human dilemmas and the profound impact of our choices on the course of history. It is a story that challenges us to reflect on the timeless questions of power, politics, morality, and faith that continue to shape our world today. Reflection and contemplation. The tale of Solomon's concubines invites us to engage in reflection and contemplation. It encourages us to ponder the complexities of human nature, the challenges of leadership, and the enduring questions of faith and morality. As we journey through our own lives, may we find guidance and inspiration in the stories of the past, and may we strive to make choices that honor our deepest principles and beliefs.